22. Then Elizabeth the temperature replied, Can a man be a benefit to God? Can even a wise man benefit him? What pleasures would he give the Almighty if you were righteous? What would he gain if you were blameless? Is it for your pity that he rebukes you and brings charges against you? Is not your wickedness great, or not your sins endless? You demanded the secretary from your brothers for no reason. You stripped men of their clothing, leaving them naked. You gave no water to the weary, and you withheld food from the hunger. Then you were a powerful man owning land, and an honored man living on it. And you sent widows away empty-handed, and broke the strength of the borderless. That is why snares are all around you, why sudden peril terrifies you, why is it so dark you cannot see, and why a flood of water covers you. Is not a God in the heights of heavens, and see how lofty are the highest stars, yet you say, What does God know? Does he judge through such darkness? The clouds veil him, so he does not see us as he goes about in the vaulted heavens. Will you keep the old path that the evil man had trod? Then they were carried over before their time, and their foundations washed away by the flood. Then they said to God, Leave us alone. What can the Almighty do to us? Yet it was he who filled their houses with good things. So I stand aloof from the counsel of the wicked. The righteous sees their ruin and rejoice. The innocent mock them, saying, Surely our blows are destroyed, and fire devours their wealth. Submit to God and be at peace with him. In this way, prophecy will come to you. Accept instructions from his mouth, and lay up his word in your heart. If you return to the Almighty, you will be restored. If you remove weakness far from your tent, and assign your nuggets to the dust, your gold of Ophir to the rock of divineness, and the Almighty will be your God, and choicest silver of you. Surely then you will find delight in the Almighty, and will lift up your face to God. You will pray to him, and he will hear you, and you will fulfill your vows. What you decide on will be done, and the light will shine on your ways. When the men are brought low and you say, Lift them up, then he will save the downcast. He will deliver even one who is not innocent, who will be delivered through the cleanness of your hands. 23. Then Job replied, Even today my complaint is bitter. His hand is heavy in spite of my groaning. If only I knew where to find him, if only I could go to his dwelling, I would state my case before him and fill my mouth with their arguments. I would find out what he would answer me, and consider what he would say. Would he oppose me with great power? No, he would not press charges against me. There an upright man could present his case before him, and I would be delivered forever from my judge. But if I go to the east, he is not there. If I go to the west, I do not find him. When he is at work in the north, I do not see him. When he turns to the south, I catch no glimpse of him. But he knows the way that I take, and he has tested me. I will come forth as gold. My feet have closely followed his steps. I have kept his way without turning aside. I have not departed from the commands of his lips. I have treasured the words of his mouth more than my daily bread. But he stands alone, and who can oppose him? He does whatever he pleases. He carries out his decrees against me, and many such plans he still has in store. That is why I am terrified before him. When I think of all this, I fear him, and God has made my heart faint. The Almighty has terrified me, yet I am not silenced by the thick darkness that covers my face. 24. Why does the Almighty not see times for judgment? Why must those who know him look vain for such days? Men move boundary stones, they pasture flocks that have stolen. They drive away the orphan's donkey and take the widow's ox in pledge. They thrust the needy of the paths and force all the poor of the land into hiding. Like wild donkeys in the desert, the poor go about their labor of foraging food. The wasteland provides food for their children. They gather powder in the field and glean in the vineyard of the wicked. Lacking clothes. They spend the night naked. They have nothing to cover themselves in the cold. They are drenched by mountain rains and hug the rocks for the lack of shelter. The bodiless child is detached from the breast, and the infant of the poor is seized for the depth. Lacking clothes, they go about naked. They carry the sheaves, but still go hungry. They crush olives among the tares and tread the wetness, yet suffer thirst. The groans of the dying arise from the city, and the soul of the wounded cry out for help. But God charges no one with wrongdoing. There are those who rebel against the light. Why do not know the words and ways or stay in his path? When the daylight is gone, the murderers rise up and kill the poor and needy. In the night he steals forth like a thief. The eyes of the auditor watches for dusk. He thinks no eyes will be seen, and he keeps his face concealed. In the dark, men break into the houses, but by the day they shut themselves in. Then what want nothing to do with the light, for all of them deep darkness is their mourning. Yet they are firm on the surface of the water. Their portion of the land is cursed, so that no one goes to the vineyards, and the heat and the drought snatch away the melted snow. So the grave snatches away those that have sinned, and the woman forgets them. The worn feast on them. Evil men are no longer remembered, but they are broken like a tree. They prey on the barren and childless woman, and to the widow shows no kindness. But God drags away the mighty by his power. Though they become established, they have no assurance of life. He may let them rest in the veiling of secretary, but his eyes are on their ways. For a little while they are exalted, and then they are gone. They are brought low and gathered up like all others. They are cut up like heads of grain. If this is not so, so can I prove my faults and reduce my words of nothing.